I've got some gaming news.
What do you got
The
for gaming
Linux
news?
Gamecast. The Linux Gamecast.
So, Bazzite, you ever heard of that? It's supposed to be a Linux gaming distro.
Oh, yeah.
It's based on uBlue, which is immutable Fedora. I installed that on my on one of my PCs, and I have an old video card. It's a GTX 950, I believe, with 2 gigabytes of VRAM. So it's not very powerful, but it's the only card I have left after burning out my other one. And so I wanted to get back into Steam and stuff and gaming, so I installed Bazzite on that computer. And if you're sitting in front of the computer, and it probably works okay. Like, there were some games, like I was able to install it, installed Linux on it. Installed Steam on Bazzite, and but it's immutable, so it's all flat packs and stuff. And on that machine, I've got a small NVMe. I think it's 128 gigabytes. So I put, just for Steam games, I put a 4 terabyte SSD in there for storage. And Steam on Bazzite could never. I would point Steam to that drive and say, okay, you install games here. And then it would do it. And then anytime I had updates or had to because I don't know if you ever mess with immutable distros, but they always get giant updates that take restarting. So every time I restarted, it couldn't find that disk anymore. Like, it wasn't a deal with FSTAB or anything like that. It was just Steam. Like, the disk was there, but Steam couldn't see it. So I'd have to go through all the directories and point Steam to the disk. It was already mounted and everything. So that was a pain in the butt. But if I had just installed on the small NVMe, it would probably be better. I just don't have a lot of space on there. So what I really wanted to do was use Steam Link from my phone and my laptop and my little NVIDIA Shield tablet to play games, and it was no good remotely to access remotely via, and like, I could, I'd have to re-roll it to it. It doesn't even come with OpenSSH server on it, so I'd have to re-roll the distro to include it in there. I didn't want to do that, and Steam Link would just show like a black screen when I was trying to access Steam. So maybe it works good as, like, just if you're in front of the computer and playing games on Bazzite and you don't need any remote access. But for me, it was just a bad experience. So instead, I installed Pop OS, which I believe is based on Debian. And that's the System 76 in-house distro that they put on all their laptops and stuff, I guess. And I installed that because people were saying it's good for gaming, and they have 2 versions of it. They have the regular Pop OS and Pop OS NVIDIA. And so I installed Pop OS NVIDIA to go with my card, and everything ran great, and it's not immutable, so I can use app to install, whatever software I need. And I don't have to rely on flat packs. Like, the Steam flat pack that I installed on it didn't work right, but the Steam Dev worked just fine from the repos. And once you install, it doesn't really matter how old Steam is in the repos, because it updates itself once you install it, because they want to make sure that you're secure and all that stuff. So once you install it, even if it's old, it'll update itself. And so I did that, and I could SSH into it fine, and I could Steam Link works great on it, on my Android phone, on my tablet, on my laptop. You know, when you first set up Steam Link, you have to type in like 4-number PIN to pair it. But once you do that, it works great. And what's even better is that Steam Link works through WireGuard too if you want to access it remotely. Like if you're somewhere else on the Wi-Fi, you just turn on WireGuard and you're basically on your network and fire up Steam Link, and then you're gaming on the go from your home PC. Same way that like Moonlight or Limelight works, except it's through the Steam interface. And and if you go on Steam Link, if you do desktop mode instead of big picture mode, then it's basically a remote desktop. So if you need to access your desktop through WireGuard, you don't have to install any kind of VNC software or anything. You already got Steam Link installed on your client. So it works great. I haven't had any issues so far, except my underpowered video card, trying to run some games. But other than that, like it's just what I was looking for. Was a way to play games remotely, because that computer, it goes into a cabinet out of the way. It's nobody even sees it. So, and I don't like sitting in front of a monitor, and I have to do that at work all day. So, yeah, I give a thumbs up for Pop OS. That's my Gamecast news.